Welcome to the Ohio AgNet's coverage of the Ohio FFA Celebration of Students, sponsored by Wilmington College. Hands-on learning, hands-on living. Now to our student reporters with today's report.
Welcome back to the coverage of the Ohio FFA Celebration, brought to you by Wilmington College. Hands-on learning, hands-on living. I'm Elizabeth Fannin from the Jackson FFA Chapter.
And I'm Jacob Zakowski from the Anthony Wayne Penta FFA Chapter.
Today was kicked off with a second year in review. Then at 11 a.m., 50 members from across Ohio were able to enjoy a workshop put on by National FFA President Kolesen McCoy. My fellow student reporter, Jack Zakowski, and I were able to be a part of this workshop. Jake is going to give us a rundown of the workshop.
Today at Kolesen's workshop entitled The Great Journey, me and Elizabeth were able to learn about plotting our course to success and leaving a legacy on our communities and chapters. Kolesen gave a great explanation of overcoming large and small mountains to become successful and be great leaders within our community.
We are now joined with National President Kolesen McCoy. Kolesen, thank you for being here today. I know me and many others really enjoyed your workshop today. I really connected with the Mount Everest analogy that you used in your workshop. I would like to start off by asking you, what has been a mountain that you feel you've had to overcome in your life to get where you are now?
Well, for me, like anything in life, every step that you take is going to come with some challenges that you don't necessarily foresee. And one mountain I could pinpoint in particular would be my experience in running for national office. Though it was very intensive in terms of, mentally preparing yourself for what to expect, and then really every step of the way, trying to reshape your mindset to be able to best serve the members around you in whatever context that might look like. So that context has always changed, and it's certainly changed quite a bit recently, but really being able to focus on the overall mission, though the method has changed just a little bit.
Great response. There's around 50 members from the state of Ohio who were able to attend your workshop today. Is there any message that for members who weren't able to attend that you wanted them to know, or especially during this time?
Certainly, yeah. First of all, a big thank you to everyone who was able to tune in to the workshop. It's always a special privilege for me to be able to kind of flip our engagement as a national officer team, less on the corporate and supporter world, to more of local engagement. And it's certainly been very rewarding to see the fruits of that. And to anyone who was unable to be a part of that, two things I would say. One, first and foremost, there will be a couple other opportunities to be able to hop on a workshop with any one of the national officers, myself included, where we will have that opportunity to do that again. And two, if that's not something that you might be able to have time to get around to, I would just encourage you to take a moment to look at the mountain that you might be looking at in front of you, whatever that is. And along our journey, we have certain valleys that we all face that are unique to us and our personal experiences. But I would encourage us to focus less on the big mountain and more on how we can make the small climbs, to really dedicate ourselves to growing ourselves intentionally and realize that there's not always a right answer or right decision to be made, but sometimes making a decision and realizing that there can be a lot of truth to be found and the benefits of just allowing our character and our resilience to grow through those experiences and not just go through the valleys, but grow through them as well.
That's some great advice. Over the past couple months, we've seen you and the other national officers, although spread out, really connecting with FFA members. Is there anything our members, supporters, and anyone interested should look out for social media throughout the week, just for some daily encouragement or advice or knowledge?
Certainly. Every day of the week, the national officer team kind of picks up a day that is kind of special to them, and they run with it. I have Saturdays, so every Saturday, if you are doing something remotely unique or just that's kind of fun in your particular area, I would love to highlight what you and your chapter officer team or members are doing for National FFA. And we always say that it's never about going viral in what we do in the FFA, but all about adding value. And so I would just say, be on the lookout for ways that you can add value to your community and the area, to your chapter, to your state, to your country, and ultimately value to the National FFA organization. There's going to be plenty of chances where you might see some encouragement from the national officer team through these videos, and it's all about elevating members and giving them a platform to be able to share what kind of value they're adding to their communities.
So we actually, although we can't be physically together right now at a convention. What is it like to be back in Ohio during the celebration?
Well, it's certainly a privilege. Ohio FFA has always had a special place in my heart. It always will. And I think being able to be home, in my home state and spend time with my family leading up to the big celebration and just be able to FaceTime or Zoom in to the state officer team and potential candidates and who might the next slate be is just something really special. And I think after this morning, having those conversations with some familiar faces, there's nothing better than being able to sit in a workshop and see some familiar faces. So it's a privilege that I'm very, very grateful for, and I'm looking forward to continuing to engage with Ohio FFA members throughout the celebration.
Now, Kolesen, at 11 a.m. on Thursday, we get to listen to your live keynote address. Is there anything that you want to let us know about that we might hear and that members can look forward to?
Certainly. There is a lot to look forward to. I have a couple unique experiences and moments in my life that are very special to my growth and the change that I've experienced within myself throughout these past couple years. And beyond just my time in the FFA organization, I think leadership and character growth is something that's just been able to follow me through many unique experiences. I'm excited to share a few of those as we talk about how we can kind of make ourselves available and perhaps availability in and of itself might just be a solution to filling the needs of the community that we have around us. And of course, we'll have some fun, and there's a couple unique ways that you all can engage in the comment section beyond just being able to hit that like button as we're going to be going live on Thursday.
Well, Kolesen, thank you so much for joining us. He is currently serving as the National FFA President. Again, thank you, and we look forward to hearing you on Thursday.
Thank you all very much.
Chapter shoutouts, scholarship recipients, and American Star Award candidates were also announced throughout the day. The Golden Owl Award was also awarded to Christy Bachman of Bloom Carroll. All these can be located on the Ohio FFA Facebook page. At 4 p.m., Proficiency finalists and winners were announced. Today we were able to catch up with Emily Bookless from the Ridgemont FFA Chapter, recipient of Agricultural Communications, Mackenzie Jollof from the Ridgemont FFA Chapter, recipient of Agricultural Education and Accounting, and Garrett Thomas from the Kenton OHP FFA Chapter, recipient of Fiber and/or Oil Crop Production. A full list of finalists and winners can be found online at theohioagnet.com.
We are joined now by Ohio's Agricultural Communications Proficiency winner, Emily Bookless. Emily, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Would you mind telling us what chapter you're from?
I'm from the Ridgewood FFA chapter.
Very cool. Would you mind telling us a little bit about your Proficiency Award in Agricultural Communications?
So I began my agricultural communications proficiency my sophomore year of high school. It sort of began after I was a state ag reporter as well through Ohio AgNet and Country Journal. I absolutely loved it. I knew I wanted to make a career out of it. So after that, I took on as many experiences as possible to learn and grow and just improve in my communication skills. So I took on my job at Coshocton KOA. I did different videos where I got to promote different festivals as our Sunflower Festival and our Corn Maze. So those are really cool. I got to make graphics for our social media and just work on those types of things, and that's where my journey pretty much began.
So Emily, how do you plan to apply, if you do plan to apply your project to your life in the future?
So right now I'm currently a sophomore at Ohio State ATI, majoring in agricultural communications. I'm not really sure what future career I plan to pursue with that, but right now I am going to school for it. I absolutely love it, and yeah. So.
Emily, if you could give any tips for success for anyone interested in agricultural communications or interested in applying for the AgCom proficiency, what would you say to them?
To those applying for the AgCom proficiency, I would take as many experiences as possible, take on as many opportunities. don't regret taking them. They will help you improve and take those experiences and put them in towards a proficiency, and take those and grow, and you will do awesome things.
That is some great advice for our FFA members listening. Thank you, Emily, for joining us. And again, congratulations.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
We are now joined by Mackenzie Jollof from the Ridgemont FFA chapter. Mackenzie, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. First of all, congratulations. You have won 2 proficiencies, one in agricultural education and the next one in accounting. Any comments on that? And would you mind telling us a little bit about your SAEs there?
The first comment that I have to make is it would not be possible to have won 2 without a phenomenal support team. So my agriculture education advisors are phenomenal. So Stephanie Jollof and Shelby Faulkner have supported me through this the whole way and just been amazing. So that's all I have to say about that. Does it matter which one I start with?
No.
Okay. So I guess we'll go with accounting because that one kind of has to do with both of them. My accounting proficiency, I first began looking into it as a freshman because it was something that my whole family had done, so it was kind of something that I was interested in. But when I began filling it out this year, I kind of took over all of the accounting on my family farm and running numbers and keeping track of all the data and everything like that. So breeding cycles, AIing, semen cost, random things like that. I guess the biggest thing to that is having a accurate place to keep records. So surprisingly, we all use AET. Since both of my parents are agriculture education advisors, they have access to that. So we use that to keep a lot of records, and simply enough, a calendar on our refrigerator. We use that to keep track of when we buy things, when we breed, when we dates, times, meetings, everything like that. And so I'm kind of in charge of keeping track of everything that goes on. And so in that proficiency, it just kind of talks about the numbers that we use for our breeding industry. So we have beef cattle and then our market hogs for fair. And then for my ag ed proficiency, this one I am super passionate about. I love this one because I got the chance to work with kids all across the state and in our elementary through a elementary hunger program. And with the Ohio Soybean Counselor, I'm currently working as a Next Gen ambassador, which has allowed me to work in a couple of different fairs and classrooms teaching about the agriculture industry.
Now, Mackenzie, do you have any future plans or goals after receiving this proficiency, maybe in agricultural education?
Yes, so I am going to Wilmington College in the fall to major in agriculture education, actually. And then after I graduate from Wilmington, maybe a classroom, but as of right now, I'm still not sure where my future job lies.
Wherever you go, you'll probably be very successful. Again, congratulations. Mackenzie won the Agricultural Education and Accounting Proficiency Awards. Thank you, Mackenzie, for joining us today.
Thank you.
We are now joined by Garrett Thomas, winner of the Fiber and Oil Crop Production Proficiency. Garrett, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. First of all, congratulations. That is a huge accomplishment. Would you mind telling us where you're from?
So I'm from a small little town called Kenton, Ohio.
Okay, and what chapter?
The Kenton OHP FFA.
Cool. Would you mind telling us a little bit about your SAE and your proficiency award?
So my SAE is, like you said, in the fiber crop proficiency. And what I do is I rent some fields around my area. We live on a family farm. I'm a fourth generation farmer. And I plant my own seed. I spray my own seed. Pretty much do everything that a regular farm would do to grow their seed. I try to make sure that I do all the work myself and I don't pay somebody else to do it.
Cool. And how long have you been doing this for?
I've been farming ever since I've been a little kid, but my proficiency, I started my freshman year.
Okay, cool. What's one thing that you think has helped you become successful in your production and in your business?
The biggest thing is having people there to support me and show me the right direction. My dad himself, he wanted proficiency, and he's been a farmer ever since then. And he's really showed me that if I put my mind to something, I can really accomplish what I want to. And I just put my mind to be able to be good at something that I wanted to be, and this is what I wanted to be good at.
Any future plans?
I am attending the Ohio State University at Marion in the fall, majoring in agriculture engineering.
Very cool. Well, Garrett, thank you for joining us today. Congratulations, and we look forward to seeing what other great things you have to do in our industry.
Thank you.
Tomorrow's Ohio FFA Celebration includes at 11 a.m. a keynote by National Eastern Region Vice President Tess Siebel, and at 4 p.m. Chapter Awards. Thanks for joining us for the Ohio AgNet's coverage of the Ohio FFA Celebration. Coverage is brought to you by Wilmington College.
We are Wilmington College, where agriculture experience and learning meet.
The leadership and personal development skills I learned in FFA have allowed me to excel in the classroom and in our campus community.
Out of four-year institutions, Wilmington College provides our students with the most hands-on experience starting year one at the academic farm.
At Wilmington College, our farm is our lab.
Because of Wilmington College, I have grown as a person, professional, and leader.
I've been able to further my education as a first-generation college student.
We are Wilmington College. Hands-on learning, hands-on living.